There are no plans in place to have a second sugar factory operating alongside Portvale. Barbados' lone sugar factory was offline for about 2 weeks as engineers worked to solve mechanical issues. Minister of Agriculture Indar Weir said they simply needed to start preparations for the harvest much earlier.
The sugar industry in Barbados is a lot smaller than what it used to be. Many years ago, we ended up with one factory, and it has been serving us very, very well. This factory is still producing at a level that many should be envious of. And there's really no consideration at this point in time to have another factory in place competing or working alongside this Portvale factory. We recognize that we have to, as Mr. Seeley correctly pointed out, start the maintenance work early enough after the crop season. We had some setbacks with supply chain interruptions. Parts that were ordered here in March of last year only arrived in December. These are things that are way beyond our control, but for all intents and purposes, this team is always ahead of the curve. They made sure that they placed the orders early. We will continue to do that. We will continue to stock the parts that we can stock, and we will continue to work with this factory until we reach a transitioning point in the industry, which is way down in the future.
Factory Operations Manager Marlon Monroe said they were faced with major supply chain issues, and Chairman of the Barbados Sugar Industry Limited, Mark Seeley, also agreed an earlier start was necessary.
In following on to the question you posed to the Minister, yes, we have already started placing order for sprays to the outer crop, the 2020 outer crop maintenance period. And of course, we are still faced with the same challenges as we did last year. Most of the international suppliers has already given us very long timelines, and even the timelines they are given that there are no guarantees to those timelines. But we are being proactive, and we are placing the orders for those critical pieces of equipment which we know we have to work on during this coming outer crop, and those that we will examine when the crop is finished. We look at the possibility of fitting those parts in.
It's unfortunate that the factory have had some challenges. I think we all agree that for the next crop, number one, they're going to really have to start very early preparing, and number two, we're probably going to have to spend a bit more money on the factory. But we are the team, the whole team, the field, the factory, all the stakeholders, the Barbados Workers Union, we're all working very, very hard to improve the industry, and we really need the support of the public, etc. in this. People are working very hard. We're trying to make the field more efficient. We're trying to make the factory more efficient. We're looking at options to try and make the industry sustainable through adding renewable energy and making it a factory that works for 12 months of the year. We want to keep Barbados green. I don't think there's any Barbadian that wants to see Barbados in Rabland, and I think I can see some hope there.
Since grinding resumed at Portvale, no more problems have been reported.